I'll come by and just see the house. So I agreed. I said, okay, you know, and in all the times that I ever saw him, I'm one of those people, I want to believe that everyone is good and that people will change. And I wanted it to just stop. I didn't want to ever have to tell anyone, because I didn't want to be broken up. I didn't want to be sad, and Georgie always made himself look so good. He just sucked up to my dad, and he was like the son he never had. And he always was just, you know, very charming and personable with everybody in the family, and just always would laugh and entertain everybody. But he was different behind closed doors with me. And so I went over there to their house.
How did you get there?
I drove. And when I got there, no one was there. And I was already scared. But I wanted to run, but I didn't. I didn't know what to do. I wanted it to stop, but I didn't know how to make it stop. And he told me to lay down on the bed, and I did. And he said that he was going to give me a massage. So he sat on my back, and he started rubbing my back. And then he started rubbing my chest. And when he leaned down to start kissing the side of my face, I felt that he had an erection. And I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just got up and I ran out of the house, and I got in my car. He only chased me to the front door, but I got out of the house. He didn't chase me out of the house at all. And I just got in the car and I left. And I didn't tell anyone. I was just scared. And with him, he was a different person to me. He was very intimidating, and the fact that he made everyone love him, and he made everyone laugh and be so happy around him, I knew that if I said anything, he would just deny it.
During this incident in the house in Lake Mary, were both of you clothed? So when you felt an erection on him, that was through his pants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he say anything more of what he was going to do to you other than give you a massage? That's all he said? Okay. Do you know the address of this house in Lake Mary?
It's the one that they all have.
That they're living in right now?
No, we're living there, but it's all over the media, the one in Lake Mary.
Yeah, we have it. Okay.
No.
We have the address. I just wanted to make sure we were talking about the same one. Was there any other instance after that?
No, I didn't go around him, and I couldn't take it. I didn't want to be around him anymore, and we had get-togethers, and everyone always kept wondering why I was acting weird. And there was one time where he had a little party at that house, and I was there, everybody was there, and I just felt like he was going to try again, and this time, if he did, I would fight him. And I was scared of that, because I knew he was bigger, and I would probably lose. So I just got really scared, and I left. And I just told everyone that I wasn't feeling good. And my sister found out. She could just tell. She said she could just tell something was wrong. And I left, and we went, and she called me, and she's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I said, I can't talk about it. And
so who's that?
My sister.
Your sister?
She came and she met me in the parking lot, and she said that I was just falling hysterical, and I was just so afraid.
When was this? How old were you then?
probably about 19. And
now you were kind of emotional.
You come in all shapes and sizes.
but I didn't tell my family. And those people would probably remember more than I would. I don't remember. I tried so hard to forget it all and to make it go away that I even forgot the good stuff in my life. There's things that my family talks about that sound awesome, but I don't remember them.
Is there anything else that you can think of that we haven't discussed that's important that you wanted to share with me today about this?
Does it count if he admitted it?
Did he admit it to you? Is that what you're saying, or?
Oh, well, yeah, my parents were there. My parents found out, and they confronted him and his parents about what had happened, and they wanted to get together and talk about it. Because I think that they just didn't believe it, you know, that he is that way. He makes himself look so good that they were in shock. They had no idea. And I never told them the depths of it. I told them, I don't want to talk about it, just forget it. So
when did this happen?
2005.
2005. Tell me a little bit, go into a little bit more detail about that. You said your parents found out and confronted him?
My sister told them after I told her that night, and she said that she told them she had to tell my dad, and she said she didn't know what else to do, and I was so afraid, and I've always been afraid of him.
What's your sister's name?
Her new married last name.
How old were you in 05?
Let's see. 20? Okay, it's 20.
What happened when your sister told, what part did you tell your sister first?
I just told her that things happened. That was it. I never told her anything.
Not any specifics?
Nothing in detail.
Okay. And I'm assuming you don't necessarily know what your sister told your parents, or were you there when your sister
I was
told
there.
her?
She
Okay.
called my dad and she told him he's freaking out. She's very scared. She says things happen with George and...
Okay. So then what happens next in the sequence of that?
We went to a restaurant. It was the Uno in Lake Marion at the time.
We
My parents, my mom and my dad.
Okay.
And they told him we need to talk about this.
They told George. Okay.
And instead of talking about it, all he did was come in the restaurant. He sat down on the end of the booth and said, "I'm sorry," and just got up and walked out.
Were you there when they said to him, "We need to talk about this"? That was your parents who called him and said, "We need to talk about it." Okay.
And then, my parents, their jaws dropped. My dad wanted to go get him, but my mom isn't, she's seen cases like this get dropped all the time, because all it's he said, she said, and all he has to do is deny it. So she said, not worth it. It's not. You'll be in jail and they'll be free and nothing will happen. So we just
let it go right there. Do you know if his parents were ever brought into it, though? I mean, did your parents? They knew. What makes you think that?
My parents told them. Mm-hmm. My dad told them. But they never said anything, though.
Okay.
They never once addressed it, but everybody knew. Ever since then, any get together we have, Georgie's never there. He's never invited. They always will try to appease me before him. I just felt like that was so cheap. Instead of saying that they were sorry or talking to me about it, they just brushed it under the rug. Pretended it never happened. But I don't know if they ever knew the details. My parents didn't.
Right.
His parents, I don't know what he told them. I don't know. They never knew. I never told anyone the details of what happened because they just couldn't. They couldn't talk about it.
Sure.
But
So basically your parents just knew through your sister that something happened.
I told them also after the fact, after they
After
asked
the
me
sister.
to, and they.
And how did you describe what happened?
I was a pain in the butt as a child, and I told them I don't want to talk about it. I told them things happened, yeah, but I
Didn't
just
go
want to
into
forget about
specifics.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
The only people that would or could know for sure is, you know, anytime that I got intimate with a guy, I would have to kind of give them a heads up that there are some things that I'm just not comfortable with. And then I get scared sometimes because I flash back.
Mm-hmm. And what George did to you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you can think of? Right now. Okay.
I don't want to worry about that.
Okay. Well, for the record, let me get you to give me your name, birthday, address, phone, just so we document it here.
What else?
That's enough. That's
Okay.
good.